is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. My decision, right here and now.
Hello all, my name is Isabel Krause. I'm a current student of Unity of Kansas City North Y.O.U. I'm also Maliah Rodriguez's daughter. My mother asked me to take the time to guide the meditation, which I would be honored to do. For this meditation, I ask you to find yourself in a comfortable position, a position that allows you to relax and breathe. Today, we are going to do a breathing exercise and focus on bringing love into our bodies. As we begin, close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue to breathe deeply, taking time to focus on your breathing and how it feels. Now think of your favorite color or a color you're really drawn to. Now I want you to focus on breathing in that color. Let this color symbolize bringing positive things into your day and into your life. When you exhale, imagine that color is love. When you breathe back in, allow that love to fill you entirely, from the top of your head to your fingers to the bottom of your toes. Just allow it to flow in and out of you. When you're finished, allow yourself to return to the moment. Focus on my voice. Focus on your breathing. Take one last breath through your nose and out your mouth. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this moment with you.
Hello there. My name is Maliah Rodriguez, and I'm excited to meet with all of you today for the first time. I have yet to meet a lot of you in person. This is just because we've all decided to go virtual for a little bit. And so this is the first time that I've gotten the chance to teach in this room or to guide you all through this lesson in this room. And I'm just really excited about it. This room just feels like it has a lot of power in it and has a lot of love in it. And I just hope to, just be a part of that. So I'm really excited and I'm just really honored to be here. So I just want to thank all of you for taking the time to watch this video and to go through this lesson with me, because I'm learning just as much as you are. So I want to invite all of you to think of a way that you can show love to another individual. I want you to think of a couple of different types of individuals. You can think of somebody in your family. You can think of somebody in your life that you know. You can think of somebody in your life that you don't know. You could think of strangers, whatever you want to think of. I want you to just think of that for the next, a few seconds, and just think of ways that you can show love to other people. So just think about that. And I want you to hold on to this thought. Don't fixate on it. Just hold on to it, because we're going to come back to it towards the end of this talk. And I just want to see if we all feel the same. So Charles Fillmore says that love is the power that binds us together. It's oneness. Love is the unifying force. When I think about love, sometimes I get it confused with compassion. But while I sit here, I'm thinking, the difference between love and compassion is that love is the power that unifies us, and compassion is just being mindful that everybody matters, that everybody wants to know that they matter, that everybody wants to know that their human experience is safe and that there are people there that care. And when I think about this, tying it into a lesson, I think about when I was your age. I think about the time that I needed love the most, and it's not usually at the best times. It's not. You're not worried about feeling love again in the middle of a birthday party where all your friends are buying you presents and you're having cake and everybody's having a good time. No, the times that you need love, the times that you go out seeking love, or even if you're worried that your experience isn't safe in the moment, is probably some of the most trying times. And when I was a child, when I was a teenager, the most trying times in my life at that time were when I made mistakes. Because I didn't have any other responsibilities at the time. I didn't have my children and I didn't have a job. My only job was to be in school. And so I think of all the mistakes that I made, and then realizing that whether I had been caught in a mistake or whether I knew there was some sort of impending confrontation that was going to happen because of a mistake that I had made, I just remember this feeling of, oh my gosh, everybody's going to be so mad at me and everybody's going to hate me. And that was always the worst feeling. It wasn't ever the knowing that I was going to be punished. It was always wondering what everybody would think of me afterwards. And that is something that I struggle with as an adult to this day. Mistakes don't just stop because you get older. You still continue to make them. It reminds me of this story of a friend of mine. Her name's Karen Kilgariff, and she talks about one summer in between college, she got kicked out of college. And this was the first time in her life where she was responsible for herself. Her family had sent her to college. And so at that time, overnight, she gained complete responsibility for her actions. She gained complete responsibility of her own time management. And she did not use it wisely. She just thrived more, I guess, in the structure that her parents provided. And the first time she was given freedom, she did what a lot of kids do, and she overstepped the boundaries of what freedom truly is. And because of this, her grades felt it, and she ended up getting kicked out of college. And because she was an adult, her parents were not alerted. It wasn't like it is in high school, where the first thing that happens after you make a mistake is there's a phone call home. She was responsible in that moment for telling her parents that she would not be going back to school once the semester started back up again. She went home for the summer, and she was just really ashamed of what she had done. And she just couldn't stand the thought of having to tell her parents. She didn't want them to find out without her having a plan to tell them. And so she did what everybody did at that time, because there wasn't, email or anything. This was back before all that. She checked the mail every day, like clockwork, waited for the mailman. She ran down to the mailbox every day. She was determined to get that letter before her parents had a chance to see what she had done. She wasn't worried about her future at that moment. She wasn't worried about the fact that she was going to have to get a job. She was going to have to look out for her own. She had planned on leaving the second that the semester came back around. She was worried about her parents' reaction towards her mistake. She felt like they would be so upset with her that there was no going back in that moment. And so she just wanted time. She just wanted more time to figure out what to do, to figure out how to handle this. And so she just continued to wait for the mailman and to just go check the mailbox every single day. And finally the day came that the letter was there, and she held on to it, and she still waited and waited and waited and waited until the time came for her to go back to school. And in that moment, she had to sit her parents down and tell them about her mistake. And I want you to know that they did not react the way that she thought that they would react. Her parents knew the whole time what she had done. She had never checked the mail before, and this was the first summer that she was suddenly into checking the mail. They could sense the anxiety coming off of her every time that mailman came around. They could sense the anxiety just from her soul. And they knew that it was her process that she had to go through in order to tell them the truth. So they didn't say anything. She felt like a failure that whole time. She felt like she was unlovable. Like this was the one thing she was supposed to do in life, was to go to college. That's what they had prepared her to do her whole life. Go to college, go to college, go to college. And she immediately fails the first chance she's given. And so she just felt like she was a failure. They did not see her as a failure. They saw her as their daughter that was going through something that a lot of people go through and a lot of people get through. They didn't think that her life was over. They didn't think that she was unworthy. They just wanted to be there to have that conversation with her and to let her know that it's their job to help her in these times, and that they knew that she could survive and that she could make it through. She is now a New York Times bestselling author, and she has a podcast that is on the top, Apple Podcasts all the time. This is one of the greatest podcasts. I love it. Podcast is called My Favorite Murder, but she is someone that her book is just so inspiring, and that story it was just so good. And so now that you have that in your mind, I want you to think, what is the difference between love and compassion? What is love? Love is the gift that God gave us to unify us. Love is there when you wake up in the morning, and love is there when you go to sleep at night, and it's the only thing that you can take with you, no matter what. Compassion is acknowledging the experience that we all go through, acknowledging that we all deserve to be heard, that we all deserve to make mistakes and to have that experience in life. Especially you. You deserve it. You deserve it. So know that. And so back to the question I asked at the beginning of the lesson. What is a way that you can show love to other individuals, whether they're strangers, whether they're friends, whether they're family? What's a way that you can show compassion to these individuals? What's a way that you feel like others can show compassion to you? When was the time that you failed and you felt like no one would ever want you or love you again? And if you haven't had that experience, it doesn't mean that you don't know what we're talking about. Everybody wants to be heard, and everybody wants to feel safe, and everybody deserves it. So I want you to just ponder on that for the rest of the week. Ponder on the power that we all have to show compassion and to show love, no matter what. I'm excited for the weeks ahead. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and I'm really, really, really excited. And if you have any feedback or anything to say, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.